Hi, this is Dan again. First of all, let me thank you for purchasing the Nishijin Pachinko machine. And I'm going to show you now how to get it set up and ready for play. Obviously, you're looking at the front of the machine, although we are going to start at the back of the machine. On this side of the machine here, right about in the middle, you'll feel a lever right here. If you lift up on the lever, it will open the front door. And if you lift up on this here, it will allow you to swing the tray out so that you would have access to the ball mechanism, just in case you ever had to do anything, which I doubt you would ever have to do. And it just goes up like that, closes. And then this just pushes. So again, the release is right here. It's on the back side of the machine, but it's right here. Down here is a release. You can pull back on it, and that lets the machine itself come forward from just the frame. Now, this particular machine is a freestanding, although there's no feet on it right now, so it is very tippy. In its present condition, you'd either want to put some wide feet down here on the bottom of the frame or mount this in a cabinet so that you wouldn't have to worry about it tipping. But for the time being, we won't worry about that, and we'll get her around this way. Okay, so I'm going to point out the features to you, show you where to look in case you ever have trouble. This is the power supply. It's 9 volt. I'll just get that out of the way for a moment. So this is your upper hopper. The balls will start. We're going to pour a bunch of balls in here. They're going to go down to this end and then come down to here. And initially, they're going to continue down here and into this tray. And it's all determined by counterweights and things like that. It'll make a little more sense once we get some balls in the machine. So the only thing that I want to caution you on is you need to make sure there's right in this corner, there's a little wire, and it can go down or up, and you want to make sure that it's in the up position. If you take this cover off, or lift the cover off, and then move this up and down, you can see a brass piece in there that moves up and down. You want to make sure that the brass piece, there's 2 fingers, you want to make sure they're down, and I'll show you why in just a minute. But you want to make sure that lever is up. If it's not, what will happen is you start to put balls in, they'll just fall right out of the bottom of the machine. This is a maintenance unit here. Just so you know, this little nail, if you put it in here like this, it will prevent somebody from being able to open that front piece like I showed you before. So normally you would just leave this out. Okay, so we're going to start to put some balls in. This gets kind of noisy, so I'll shut up for a minute. So all I did is I pushed down on this a little bit. It allows balls that are up in here to drop down into this tray. Basically all I want to do is get this tray so that it's got balls in it, if you will, and then you can put a whole bunch of balls up in here. And that loads the system. And you can also put balls in here if you want to. Just what you want to do is make sure that the system is loaded with balls. So hopper down this chute to here. Now from now on they're going to stop right here, and as this empties, this will automatically allow more balls to drop, so you don't have to worry about that. The balls come down here. There's a double chute, if you will, and again, if you lift this cover up, you now see a brass piece that has 14 balls, 7 on each side of it, and that is the Jackpot Chamber. And when a ball goes into the prize chamber, that's going to tip. It'll tip down. It's going to let the balls come out onto there's a platform here under this cover. It's going to let the balls hit that. They'll go out the front as a prize, and then this arm resets the mechanism and makes it ready for play again. Okay, so right now the machine's ready to go. It's primed. It's got all the balls in it. Right here, this red piece is what's called the seesaw, and the seesaw is exaggerated. It'll either be this way or this way. Right now, the red piece is this way, but it can tip that way, okay? But you want it that way to start. So what's going to happen is, regardless on the front of where a ball goes into a pay pocket or a tulip, it'll end up inside of this clear plastic piece. It will drop here, it runs down, and it will enter the seesaw. The weight of the ball will tip it. It'll tip it down like that. That ball is going to then drop down until it hits the end of this arm, and then when the mechanism is right, this will swing out of the way as the ball comes down and allow this arm to start to come down. When it gets down far enough, it releases the balls as a prize, and then everything resets. So the winning ball is going to go back into the machine. I'll show you in a minute. A losing ball is going to come in here and go back into this tray. So this is what's called a recycler. The balls do not exit the machine. The only time they would exit the machine is if you're going to get all of the balls out for maintenance. So you have balls going down through, being queued here. This tray's full, this tray's full. The seesaw is up, and the machine is now ready to go. So we can plug this in now, and when you plug it in, no lights should come on. There are 2 lights in the machine. There's one here, and there's one here. So because this is full, this weight is tipped down. It's making a contact on this micro switch. When there's not enough balls in here, this weight will lift, and it'll change this micro switch so that this light comes on. So when this light comes on, you'll know you need to put more balls in here. With a recycler, it doesn't happen very often. There's another light. It's right here. This is the bulb, real easy to change. And that's controlled right here. So when the seesaw chamber tips, it's going to light the light, and then it'll go back and turn the light off. Okay, so everything else is mechanical. There's really no reason you have to plug it in other than just having the lights lit. Okay, so now you're going to swing it around. Like so. Okay, I'll take a handful of balls, put them in here. You can actually watch them come down, and there's one ready to go. You're simply going to push down and launch the ball. So that's a losing ball. It's going to go back into that center tray. So we'll just launch some balls here, and hopefully we'll get one to drop into a pocket or one of the tulips. Now, if you don't shoot it far enough, it comes back down and drops, and it'll come back into this tray here. Oh, so close. All right, I don't want the video to run too long, so I'll cheat. And when a ball goes into any of the pay pockets or the tulips, the light lights, the 14 balls come out here, the winning ball will drop down here. Notice also that the tulip opened up, so now it's actually easier to get a ball into the tulip. If it drops in there, we'll open that tulip. Again, 14 balls drop here, the winning ball drops there. Now that I've got the tulips open, maybe I can... There it goes. Okay. Now, if you get too many balls in here, you can push back. It'll let them drop into the lower tray. Depending on how you have it mounted, you can just go right up over the top. That's where the tray is, or you can open it up and load balls in. So that's pretty much it. And if you ever have any questions, give me a call. You got my number. Thanks.